Stop falling over in your handstands. I'm going to give you 5 things that allowed me to get a 1 minute plus handstand. And now I'm working on handstand push-ups. And one of them is going to be something that is basically opposite of what a lot of teachers teach out there. And it might be something that's holding you back from increasing your handstand hold as well. The first thing is that you must learn how to bail out. You must know how to cartwheel out of your handstand after you kick up and you begin to lose your balance. This will allow you to get up reps throughout the day because you're not worried about falling over all the time. In order to practice this, I suggest doing a lot of handstand holds with your chest to the wall. Start off further away and work on just belling out, cartwheeling out to whatever side is most comfortable. And then over time, get closer and closer to the wall to where your chest is basically flat up against it. Work on maintaining your balance. And then when you lose it, cartwheel out and bell out to the side. Start working on this. Over time, you will be able to gain confidence and increase your overall balance, and you won't be as worried about kicking up and falling over. Start working on this out in the open field and start with small little cartwheels and then increase your height that you are kicking up so that you can then bell out. Number 2 is about correcting our arms, our hands, and our fingertips. When I first started doing handstands, my arms were a lot wider than shoulder width, and then my hands were turned inward. This felt a lot more comfortable, and I thought with a lot wider stance, I'd have a lot better balance. But I changed this over time thanks to some good coaching, and now I've got my hands shoulder width apart, and I've got my fingers slightly spread but comfortable. But then I've got my fingertips pointed outwards away from me and not turned inwards. This was a very big change that really helped my overall progress. When I begin to lose balance forward, I'm able to really push with my finger pointer and my middle finger. This allows a better just push back and forth and just gives me a lot better overall control when I am trying to maintain and keep my balance. When your hands are pointed inwards, you're using your index finger and your pointer finger as you fall forward instead of your pointer and your middle finger. So those are some big changes. Change your grip so that you're not too wide, your arms are shoulder width apart. Make sure your fingers are pointed outwards and forwards and they're not turned, your hands are not turned inwards. Number 3, I'm going to decrease my kickup radius. So before I get ready to kick up and catch balance, I take 1 or 2 small steps forward to remind myself to decrease the overall radius, the overall length that it's going to take me to kick up into a handstand. This really helped me as well with getting and catching balance. When I was kicking up from a further away stance, I was catching myself going too far over and I was overshooting way too much. The path that I would take, and I think this is common for many people when they're too far away, their momentum's going to just drag them into overbalance. Okay. By decreasing the radius and decreasing the overall kickup length of the kickup, this allowed me to focus on kicking up upwards instead of going outwards and overbalancing. So take a look at your kickup and see if you can take a few steps forward before you do kick up into your handstand and see if that will help your overall balance. And number 4 is a mental shift that then correlates to how my body's going to react. And this is right before I go to kick up, I tell myself to relax. And this is what I was saying is going to be a lot different than what a lot of people say out there, because a lot of people are teaching and preaching having very, very strict, rigid, fully extended arms as they go to kick up. And I felt that this was a problem for myself. I was not able to catch and maintain balance because my body was just so straight up forward that any little imbalance and I was falling over. So when I tell myself to relax, I tell myself, and then I do relax my arms, my shoulders, and my hands and wrists. They're not fully extended, fully erect. They're more relaxed. This way, when I kick up, if and when I don't catch perfect balance, which for most of you, for the majority of us, we're not going to catch perfect balance on our kick up. We're going to have a balance window that we need to find our balance in. So by having relaxed hands and arms and overall relaxed body, that gives us time to find and catch our balance window. Then after I've caught it, I will then extend my arms and I will then extend into a more fully upright position to try to get that clean, perfect looking handstand. But initially, I want you to think about having a relaxed mindset. So tell yourself to calm down, relax as you go to kick up, catch that balance, and then try to push your hands fully out and fully extend yourself. And number 5, you need to be getting up consistent reps. Every single day, I recommend, ideally, you can do it multiple times a day. Find a time in the morning, during lunch, at night before you go to bed, where you can get in a few reps every single day, because getting your handstands up is something that you can and should practice every day. It's not taxing on your body. You're not going to be sore. It's not a muscle group that you need to give a break to. You should be able to do handstands on a regular basis, and you need to get those reps in so that you get that muscle to mind connection, and you're able to quickly start acclimating your muscles, start getting them used to the push and pull that it's going to take to maintain that balance segment. Catching that balance up top and keeping it is a very delicate skill that requires tons and tons of repetitions. So make sure that you are prioritizing your reps and getting in as many as you can and trying to get it in 6, 7 days a week, if not multiple times a day. If you've learned anything in this video, be sure to hit the like, subscribe button. If you're into calisthenics, men's fitness, trying to drop your body fat percentage, you've came to the right channel. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next video.